Sakura Wars is dead again, isn't it? You know, when I first thought of the idea for this video, the title was originally gonna be, Is Sakura Wars okay? But I feel like this video's current title is a more accurate description for the Sakura Wars franchise right now. Okay, let's get everyone caught up. Shin Sakura Taisen released in Japan on December 12th, 2019. It released worldwide on April 28th, 2020. I released my review for Shin Sakura on March 9th, 2021. Since then, I've made a video asking SEGA to re-release the old Sakura Wars games, and even create a hashtag Sakura Revival, and it was a complete failure. Well, it was kind of a stretch anyway. Since the release of Shin Sakura, SEGA developed and released a game called Sakura Revolution, an iOS/Android spin-off game on December 12th, 2020. Sakura Revolution is basically your run-of-the-mill gacha RPG. You know the type. You fight in turn-based combat and spend money to have cute girls join your team. I swear it sounds weird. It sounds trust. At its peak, it looks like Sakura Revolution had as many as 1.5 million downloads. And that was on January 21st, 2021. However, Sakura Revolution was shut down on June 30th, 2021. Barely 6 months after it launched. Dang. I guess it just wasn't as popular as SEGA would have hoped. Since then, we've gotten some small things, like, there's this Tik-Tok effect where, like, you can have SEGA characters as effects, and Sakura Amamiya is one of them, or something. It's barely worth mentioning. However, SEGA put out something that's actually worth talking about. It's called the Sakura War Great Midsummer Festival. At least that's what the translator on my computer says it's called. It looks like a live show, featuring the original cast of Sakura Wars. At least it looks like it. I know that the lady who played Sakura Shinguji is involved. In fact, she actually posted a video on it on her own personal YouTube channel. I'm gonna leave a link to in the description for all the stuff that I'm talking about. So, if you want to check this stuff out for yourself, please feel free to. But that's actually pretty cool. Back in the day, SEGA, when Sakura Wars was really hitting its stride, SEGA used to do these actual live performances all the time. And man, I would have loved to have seen it. I think they even have like DVDs of the performances, but only in Japan, obviously. But maybe this is just their final farewell to the series. It would be a good way to cap it off. Sad to see it go, though. Let's talk sales numbers for a bit. So, the Sakura Wars series has sold over 5.7 million as of 2021. And Shin Sakura itself sold at least 1.6 million from 2019 to 2021. Now, that may sound good. Okay, let's be real, that does not sound good. The series started in 1996, and it sold 5.7 million from 1996 until 2021. To put that into perspective, Nier Automata was released in 2017, and it alone sold 7.5 million as of 2023. So that's 6 years versus Sakura Wars' 25 years. And even in its first year, Nier Automata sold 2.5 million. Now, you may be thinking, that's not really a fair comparison. Nier Automata was released on the PS4 and Steam when it released in 2017. And it's gone on to have ports to Xbox and Switch as well. Oh, I know that. Trust me, we're gonna talk about that. At least the fans are doing their part. There's this thing called the Sakura Revolution Archive Project. I guess they're trying to archive everything about Sakura Revolution since it's, shut down. SEGA doesn't care about it, so the fans have to. I'll leave a link in the description to an article talking about it. And while we're talking about the fans doing their part, the fans even made an English patch for the original Sakura Wars on the Sega Saturn. But again, nothing much has happened. Aside from that Sakura Wars Midsummer Festival, which for all I know could be SEGA trying to start something, nothing much has really happened. So that just leaves another question. What should Sakura Wars do next? First off, ports. Port Shin Sakura to other consoles, man! I have been waiting at every Nintendo Direct since Sakura Wars released, expecting SEGA to be like, Shin Sakura Taisen is coming to the Nintendo Switch! And it's never happened! I don't understand why they won't do it. Okay, here's my logic. The Switch is stupid popular in Japan. Really stinking popular in Japan, man. And guess what? So is Sakura Wars. If you release Shin Sakura on the Switch in Japan, it's going to sell a lot. You gotta port Shin Sakura to the Switch, man. And you gotta port Shin Sakura to Steam as well. Come on. You are leaving money on the table when you're just leaving it trapped on the PS4. There's an audience out there who enjoy these kinds of games, but you're just not letting them have it.
Shin Sakura uses the same engine as Sonic Forces, and Sonic Forces is on Steam, Switch, and Xbox One, so it shouldn't be impossible to port it to other consoles.
And as well as the ports, you gotta re-release the old games. You have to. The fans would love that. They would eat it up, especially if you port it to Switch. Again, the Switch is super popular in Japan. People would love that. And there's an audience for these kinds of games in America too. You gotta capitalize on them. Like if you release the old games on Switch in Japan, that would be so popular. And of course send them here to America because there is a Sakura Wars fan base here as well.
And maybe we can get some information on the cancelled Sakura Wars 6 that was supposed to take place in Germany.
Again, that's Sakura Wars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and In Hot Blood, the remake of Sakura Wars 1.
SEGA could even hire the guys who did the fan translation of Sakura Wars 1 and get them to translate the other Sakura Wars games.
I'm thinking maybe some spin-offs might be fun too. I was thinking, well, not sure about mobile games. Just the first one didn't really end so well. And I don't know enough about market trends to know like what's popular in the mobile game space or not. I really think a rhythm game would be really cool. I don't understand how that hasn't happened already. The Sakura Wars franchise is filled with so many great songs. And just like having a rhythm game to that would just be super cool, in my opinion. And why not a strategy game as well? Go back to the original ARM system that was introduced in Sakura Wars 3. Like, strategy games are really popular right now. Like, Fire Emblem, Wargroove. I kind of want to say the Advanced Wars remakes, but I'm not sure how popular those are. Although maybe you can just make the original Sakura Wars franchise a strategy game again. But we're going to talk about that in another video. And above all else, make the next game, please. There is still so much potential here. There is still a story that needs to be told. Like, you can't just leave us on the cliffhanger from the anime. We need answers to these questions. We need to bring back the old combat reviews. You can't just leave us hanging like this, SEGA. And I mean, like, you never know. At the Game Awards in 2023, SEGA announced that they were making 5 sequels to old IPs. We're talking Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, etc. And they said there's even more coming down the pipeline. So you never know, Sakura Wars could be one of those games. Oh, please SEGA, prove me wrong, make me look like an idiot. But until then, I'll just keep hoping. If you want to show any support, hey, just let SEGA know that you like Sakura Wars. Because I just want to see Sakura up on that stage again. Thanks for watching.